whatever the focus is, whatever the experience is that you're looking for, it is consciousness having an experience of itself at a certain vibratory level, shall we say, or a certain frequency of being. So literally everything, the cup you're holding, the ring around your finger, the hair on your head, it's all consisting of a vibration, literally. So since literally everything is vibration, even physical matter, as well as spiritual realizations, we can start to see everything as being essentially neutral and equally valid. So every choice within the broad field of infinite possibilities that consciousness has access to, which is everything, because consciousness is the creator, the generator of all that is. So since consciousness has equal access to any particular reality of its choosing, and all is vibration, and all is the expression of the infinite one, we can start to understand that our biases, that our definitions of what is right and wrong sort of starts to fall away for a second, or forever. Where we, in a sense, transcend our conditioning, our limited views of what works, what does not work, what we should be focusing on, what we should not be focusing on. And suddenly it becomes this wide field of everything being an equal expression of infinity, because that's what it is. In the eyes of infinity, everything is equally valid. Why? Because everything expresses a particular portion of all the possibilities in which infinity can express itself. So literally this experience is equally valid to you suffering by yourself in your room, or you focusing upon a candle flame, or you manifesting the car of your dreams. From the point of view of the one, every single moment that you are experiencing what you could call your life, the one is rejoicing because it sees it as yet another way for it to express itself through you, quote unquote, through your sense of I am. And so everything is equally valid. I share this because in order for us to really gain the freedom of focus, which is very important if you wish to generate the life of your dreams, or the life of a life of clarity, a life of understanding who you are and being able to utilize that consciously instead of be ruled by all these biases that you've picked up along the way. In order to truly have free will, to truly have freedom of choice, freedom of consciousness, which you essentially do have, but you've given it away to notions and biases, we need to clear out those biases for a moment. You need to not, well, you can have preferences, but you need to not prefer one thing as being better than something else, or being a more appropriate expression of infinity. Because infinity, again, does not see that difference. Does that make sense? The fact that the one does not blink at dark or light, does not blink at left or right, it doesn't see a difference. All it sees is more presence of itself. Oh, hey, fun, you're suffering. That's excellent. That's another way within which I can express myself, through which I can express infinite options. Oh, wonderful, you're being in joy. That's excellent. That's another way within which I can express myself, through which I can express myself. So all that you've ever experienced has positively been a contribution to the expansion of creation. So there's no mistakes in that sense. There's no sin. There's no guilt. There's no regret. Of course, you're free to choose the experience of regret, but mechanically, structurally speaking, there is no such thing as sin or regret or guilt. Again, why? Because everything that you've blamed and judged about yourself, the one has never judged that, because all it saw was, hey, another perfect expression of who I am. So just let that sink in for a moment. The fact that your entire life has been perfect. Yes, even that moment. See, as soon as you focus on what's perfect, as soon as you focus on the vibration of perfection and abundance and truth and freedom and permission and worthiness, the very next thing that comes up right after that is some kind of focus on the opposite, usually. Why? Because heightening your frequency will bring out all the things you hold on to that are not going to be able to live in that next frequency that you've just chosen by placing your consciousness upon an idea that is in a vibratory alignment with the truth of existence. So as soon as you line up your personal vibration with the vibration of your greater self, which is rooted in infinite possibilities, endless abundance, unconditional love, light, everything is seen as an expression of infinity. As soon as your thinking lines up with that, your feeling will start to feel really good. Because feelings are your barometer for how correct your thinking is. your perspective is, your way of seeing life is. So if you feel really good about what you've just been thinking or how you've been seeing life, that means that you have total permission from the entirety of existence all the way back to the one itself, infinity itself, the ingraspable, the inexperienceable one itself, to continue along that line. In fact, that is preferred. That is universally preferred. That's why it feels good.